Referee teamwork, players control. The interpretation relating to player contact and violations during the game is a primary importance in officiating. However, the control of the player's behavior and the relationship between the players and officials are also vital elements when officiating. Players do not always agree with the referee's decisions. Sometimes strict and sometimes polite but firm explanations often help to solve a problem. In many cases, when players complain about the official's decisions, that arguments are not based on what actually happened during the play. It is true that in many situations, the spontaneous reaction could be based on a call or a no call, but the development of any discussion and the subsequent remaining game atmosphere depends on how the officials react to the player's behavior. This is why communication is an essential part of officiating, and officials need to master this skill. Experience has shown that having the correct approach is vital in order to solve player conflicts. Each time, the official must decide on the best means of communication to use. It is very important that a player doesn't remain visibly unsatisfied with the explanation or decision of the officials. In the majority of situations, the official must keep his tone calm and cool and not be aggressive. Blue 4 jumps to block a shot and fouls White 12 with excessive force. It is decided that the foul is normal, but before the free throws are taken, the referee gives a warning to Blue 4. To prevent more hard fouls, it is correct to communicate in advance with the player to warn him. The official must be professional and polite, but strong. Following the official's whistle for a pushing foul, Blue 12 throws the ball high in the air. It is good that the official does not ignore this behavior and he gives the player a warning. During a rebound play, White 8 is called for a foul. The player is looking to his team's bench for support for his disagreement with the call. It appears that he has found support. He complains in a more visible way. The official clearly and convincingly shows that he is absolutely sure of his decision. It is important that when an official is talking with a player who has just committed a violation, no other player gets involved in the discussion. Here the official sends a strict and clear message to Blue 13 that, during the game, the basketball court is not a place for a group meeting and discussion. Red 8 attempts a jump shot and is fouled by White 13. In this situation, in order to immediately stop the player from complaining, a verbal communication is required, and the tone of the message given by the official, rather than the message itself, successfully prevents conflict. Sometimes a player's protest can be ignored due to the previous good communication skills. If an official has previously spoken to the player, he may ignore a new complaint. This is a message to the protester that the official does not want any more discussions. Players sometimes make gestures behind the back of an official when he moves to the scorer's table. It is essential that the other officials immediately give a warning to this player or even penalize him. Some gestures, such as a player putting his hands on his head, may lead to inciting some spectators. A lot of contact happens in different parts of the court, and all of them must be correctly judged by the officials. It is clear that in particular game situations, the main person is the official who first makes the call. This official communicates with the scorer, informing him of the infraction. But it certainly helps if the other officials are able to convince the players that their colleague's decision was correct. Sometimes it can be very useful if the official who didn't make the call shows initiative and attracts the attention of the player, explaining his colleague's call and showing full agreement with it. Watch this play. The trail official calls a foul on the defensive post player, red 15. The player emotionally disagrees with the call and appeals to the other official. The lead official needs to be able to communicate with the player. It is not good just to ignore the player in this situation. It is also very good for the game that the third official warns the red team coach that if the player shows disrespect again, then he will receive a technical foul. Officials will find themselves close to the overreacting players or coaches who believe that they are correct in their claims. The key to solving a problem is the ability to make quiet conclusions and to give clear, brief explanations of the decision. In this situation, the players verbally attack the official after an out-of-bounds call. The other official comes to help and effectively calms the players, and the game is resumed and the incident is forgotten. Green 10 attempts a three-point shot, and white 10 jumps to block the shot. The nearby trail official calls a foul. While the official reports a foul to the scorer's table, two white players are trying to approach him, but his partner quickly moves to them on the court and calms them down. White 10 commits a blocking foul on the dribbler. The nearest official clearly sees the play and has no doubt in making the call. The player is ready to start complaining. The other official approaches him, and his facial expression does not leave the player with any chance to continue his protest. Green 6 attempts his last free throw. The ball rebounds from the ring, and two players, Green 4 and Green 10, move from their places along the restricted area back to the half-court line. White 13 jumps for the rebound alone, but misses the ball. After the ball bounces from the floor, three players, White 13, White 14, and Green 6, go after the ball. The ball goes out of bounds, and the official signals that it came off White 14. This leads to strong protest from the white players. White 13 even runs to the trail official. At this point, the official needs to find the correct words to support the decision of his partner. In any case, the two other officials can never let their partner remain alone with a group of angry players. Fortunately, the third official finally joins and helps to manage the situation. Basketball is an emotional sport, and sometimes emotions rise up during the game. These emotions lead to situations where conflicts and arguments can occur. If during any play action, the officials see that the contact between players may lead to excessive pushing, blows, or even a fight, then they must react quickly. Here, after a basket, the referee stops the inbound pass and tells the players to calm down. Serious conflicts, arguments, and fights may be prevented if the officials are able to feel and anticipate the change in the character of the game or in the behavior of the players. Sometimes one look, word, gesture, or move by a player can be a sign of this change. In any situation that may lead to a fight between players, the primary duty of the officials is to try to step in between the opponents. When the officials are inside of a group of players, the conflicts usually end better. At such a time, very strong and convincing words must be used. Watch this play. Red 15 dribbles to the side of the restricted area, attempts a shot, which misses, but he gets the rebound and passes the ball to his teammate. White 13 jumps to stop the pass. Slight contact between the opponents take place, and Red 15 elbows the defensive player. Unfortunately, the foul is missed by the officials. While the two players involved in this conflict approach each other, Red 7 attempts a three-point shot. The center official repeats the signal of the trail and looks at Red 15 and White 13. Finally, he calls a double foul. Officials successfully separate the opponents and prevent the conflict from escalating. The calmness of the officials helps to resolve the situation. With 1 minute and 34 seconds to go until the end of the fourth period, the blue team is pressing defensively. This situation needs maximum concentration from the officials. White 10 dribbles between three opponents, and contact takes place between the dribbler and blue 4. The two officials immediately run to the place where the action is taking place. In three-person officiating, the third official must have a clear picture of the incident and also to ensure that no team members, with the exception of the coaches, enter the playing court. In a screening situation, the official calls a foul on the defensive player. As White 9 approaches Blue 7, an incident could occur. The official loudly attracts the attention of the players to show that the situation is under control. The voice may also be quiet, but the communication must be authoritative. As already mentioned, if an incident takes place, the officials need to do everything possible to separate the players. However, if they are not successful and any holding, pushing, or punching continues, then these actions must be immediately penalized. The key to successfully solving a problem is for officials to treat the players with respect and dignity. There are many examples in games where officials with a good psychological approach are very successful in dealing with difficult situations. Officials always need to think on how to reply to a word, to a look, or to a gesture. This is why the primary importance for the official is to know how to react to actual situations.